Yo, what's up, guys? How are you doing today? Man, I'll be reacting to the top 100 ESPN NBA player rankings. I do this every single year. I thought I'd make a video of this last year, didn't end up doing it, but today I said, why not? Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's just see how much of a troll ESPN is, because as we know, these lists are just normally terrible, and I'm just bracing for the worst, but let's get right into it. So let's go ahead and just scroll down, starting with number 100. You have Mitchell Robinson, the Knicks. I mean, he did get the best of Jared Allen and Evan Mobley in the playoffs. Having him at number 100, I guess. Jonas Valanciunas might be a smidge low, but he was playing sporadically and didn't really have the best season for his caliber, to be honest. He was really getting benched at points for Larry Nance Jr. I guess having a 99, I mean, probably would have put him a bit higher. Colin Sexton, I mean, he missed a ton of games. Definitely took a step back this season. Sure, why not? Grant Williams, I like Grant Williams. Played sporadic in the playoffs, so I do still think he is a pretty good player in this league. Good to see him on the Mavericks, and probably will be starting with that amount of money he got. Harrison Barnes, I don't know if I'll put him in the top 100 now, to be honest. I mean, he's a solid player, but not anything insane. Jalen Williams, maybe you put him a smidge higher. Jalen Williams is a pretty good player in this league. Just averaged, what, 14-4, shot 52% from the field, 35% from three, like, pretty good player. Just a bit of these breakers are just based off last season, not just going ahead and projecting players for this season. So Jalen Williams, based off last year, okay, 95, 94 for Westbrook. That's a bit low, but remember, he did play pretty piss poor with the Lakers, and then he stepped it up with the Clippers. So, okay, so he drops about 30 spots. Was that 29 spots? Okay. I mean, Mike Conley over Russell Westbrook in 2023. Mike Conley's a solid player. I mean, y'all can fight about Westbrook and Mike Conley, I guess. Go at it. Emmanuel quickly just finished second in sixth man of the year to Malcolm Brogdon. Firecracker, instant offense off the bench, solid playmaker, decent defender. Emmanuel quickly at 92. I mean, maybe a smidge low, but okay. Josh Hart at 91. I mean, high level role player, one of the best rebounding guards in the league. Inconsistent 3-point shooting, downhill. He literally gets the rebound and goes instantly downhill. Pretty good defender. Okay, Josh Hart in the top 90. John Collins at 90. That's low. For good reason, because he did not play well last season, but still, that's low for John Collins. So we're seeing him in Utah Jazz attire, but Jesus Christ. Okay, John Collins at 90 based off last season. Like, I'm honestly going to be honest with you guys. I did not expect to see John Collins in the top 100. John Collins did not play good enough to be in the top 100 last season. That's just facts. Lowest field goal percentage, lowest 3-point percentage. Like, no, John Collins, buddy. You're lucky you're in the top 100. Let's be honest with you, buddy. Rob Will, very, very injured. If he's fully healthy, he's higher on this list by a good amount. But he was not healthy. Now he's on the Blazers, was in a trade for Drew Holiday. He was 58 last season. Now he's 89. Like, he just can't stay healthy. If he's staying healthy, he's one of the best defenders in the NBA, and obviously one of the best shot blockers in the NBA overall. Pretty underrated on the perimeter as well. As a Heat fan, he had some moments on the perimeter against Jimmy Butler. He blocked him like twice on like that right wing. So shout out to Rob Will. Kevon Looney, one of the most underrated guys in the NBA, to be honest. I mean, he had how many 20 rebound games in the playoffs, regular season wise? I mean, shows up off the bench. You need him to start. Rebounds, pretty good around the rim. Shit, you block a shot a game or something like that. Shout out to Kevon Looney, man. Very underrated guy. Good to see him in the top 100. Good to see him get some love, man. Buddy Hield, number 87. I mean, he dropped 3 spots from last year. I mean, he was really starting off the bench, just back and forth. Pretty underrated player. So many best shooters in the league. Potentially on a trade block. I mean, he's on a trade block. Potentially getting traded, I should say. 87 for Buddy Hield. You won't see a fight out of me for that. Kyle Kuzma is way too low. Kyle Kuzma is way. This is my first like gripe. It's not even a word. Kyle Kuzma is way too low. He was not ranked last season. He's way too low. He averaged 21, 7, and 3.7 assists last game. That's with Beal and Porzingis. Not with him and Poole. Kyle Kuzma might average like 24, 25. Him and Poole both at this point. Way too low. Kyle Kuzma is way too low. Kyle Kuzma is way too low. Like, I want to see who they have ahead of him, because he is way too low. Like, Kyle Kuzma had a really good season last season, especially in the first half. Anthony Simons, I love Anthony Simons. He might be too low as well. Maybe it's because I'm really a big fan of Anthony Simons, but that's low. Like, pretty low. Like, Anthony Simons is another one of these guys that can get hot in an instant. Really underrated slasher. People forget, before he really rose to let's say, stardom, he won the dunk contest and he wasn't even in the rotation like that. So he has hops, he can shoot. Now, it doesn't improve his playmaking, but he's kind of a shooting guard now because obviously Damian Lillard, and obviously when he was playing with Dame, he was a shooting guard. So he was always going to be the shooting guard, I guess. Now they have Scoot Henderson. You guys get the point, but I feel like it's way too low. I feel like he's a really underrated player this league. Clint Capella at number 84. I mean, okay. I feel like Capella's still underrated. He can still block shots, really good rebounder, pretty good around the rim, Lopper, but Trae Young. Drop 5 spots. That's interesting. I mean, let's see if Onyeka Okongwu can cut into his minutes or not, even more than last season. But I like Clint Capella. Tobias Harris 83. Tobias Harris had a really underrated season last year, especially on the defensive side of the basketball. Really efficient, mid-range, 3-point, really underrated player. He just gets overvalued because of his contract. But Tobias Harris, the player, is good. Tobias Harris, the contract, not good. Tobias Harris, I'm pretty sure he's still making more money than Joel Embiid and James Harden, and that's insane. But Tobias Harris getting that much amount of money started. Tobias Harris making like $20 million a year. Pretty good player. Tobias Harris making that much money he's making right now. Overpaid. Underrated, but overpaid. But 83, low for Tobias Harris. The fact that he went down from 56 to 83, I know the competition got better, but he had a highly efficient season. Like, that's insane to me, to be honest. I mean, yes, he was the 4th option behind Harden, behind Maxey, behind Embiid, but he was still efficient in that role that he was forced really to be in. So, yeah. I mean, I guess he fell because he produced less, even though he was more efficient. That's beside the point, though. Way too low. Cam Johnson, maybe too low as well. I'm also a big believer in Cam Johnson as well. Number 82, though, he's not ranked, and he missed a good amount of time last season as well, and he came to the Nets, and then he was doing his thing. He was doing his thing. Bobby Portis, number 81. I don't know if I would have Uncle Bobby over Cam Johnson. That's just my opinion, though. Especially the defensive the defensive presence of a guy like a Cam Johnson, the 3-point shooting, the underrated ability to get to the rim as well. He lists low key up. Bobby Portis, I mean, get you like 10 rebounds a game, 10 points. Just a really solid bench player for the Milwaukee Bucks. Definitely needs to improve his 3-point shooting. I feel like it definitely took a step back, let's say, this season, but you can always trust him. Jalen Green, number 80. I feel like that's pretty fair. I mean, he averaged 20 last year, but he was pretty inefficient. Looking for him to be a lot more efficient this season, so I have a number 80. Okay, Tyler Hero, way too low. I want to see who you guys have over Tyler Hero. He's way too low. He just averaged 20 points. Yes, I'll be honest as a Heat fan. He shot like 43% from the field, but he shot 38% from 3. Improved his playmaking. 79, way too low. And I'm not even the biggest Tyler Hero fan. Like, I was willing to trade this guy for obviously Damian Lillard and Kevin Durant and people like that. I have his jersey, but I can still be logical about him. 79 for Tyler Hero is way too low. I want to see you guys have ranked ahead of him. How did he go down 18 spots? But if you ask me, he had a better season than he had the year prior. Does it make sense? Does it? I'm just saying. Yes, the Miami Heat took a step back last season, but blaming Tyler Hero for that, dropped him down 18 spots. I mean, you can call him out for not being a good player performer and not playing this season in the playoffs, and we went to the finals without him. But people forget the guy that we needed in the finals was Tyler Hero. I'm not saying we win the finals with Tyler Hero. I'm saying we have a better chance to win than the finals without. I mean, with Tyler Hero than without Tyler Hero, because he is a great his own shot, 20 point per game scorer, one of our best scorers. So that's the point. But you guys would not know that if you guys do not watch Miami basketball, which if I wasn't a fan of the Heat, I would also not watch as much of Miami because we're the worst offense in the NBA. But we did have a lot of clutch games last season, so turn us on in the late 4th quarter. It's a movie, man. It's a movie. Scoot Henderson over Tyler Hero already. Like, can we have some shame? I beg. Like, Scoot Henderson has not played a single minute in the NBA. You're telling me he's better than Tyler Hero already? I like Scoot Henderson. 78 for Scoot Henderson already. He has not played a single NBA minute. He's gonna be better than a guy that won 6th Man of the Year, averaged 20 points for what, 3 consecutive seasons? Like, we gotta be better. ESPN. Gotta stop glazing. I want to see where y'all rank Wemby, because that's gonna be a real glaze. But okay, let's get in. Jordan Clarkson is not better than Tyler Hero. Don't care. Respectfully, they're similar players. But Hero is just simply a better player. That's not even worth any more further. Obviously, Chris Paul over Tyler Hero in the year 2023. What happened to the game I love? What happened to Shame? Chris Paul a year or two ago was an all-star. Chris Paul now, what happened to Shame? Nikola Vucevic at 75. I want to see what centers you have him under, I guess. I mean, he's still a good offensive player, good rebounder, stretch the floor. You know, he's not really a good defender, but Cade Cunningham at number 74 did not play really at all last season. A lot of people are bracing for the Cade Cunningham breakout season. I need to see more Cade Cunningham. He started off his rookie season extremely shaky, and then this season he got it. So I need to see some more Cade. I've been hearing good stuff about him in the Team USA scrimmage runs. Definitely want to see that translate into the NBA with the Detroit Pistons. Chet Holmgren is number 73. He has not played a single minute in the NBA. He's number 73. Like ESPN, the glazing has to stop. Chet Holmgren would be a good player in this league. Shot block, stretch the floor, rebounding, but the glazing has to stop. Okay. At number 72, you have Jordan Poole. I would say too low, but he definitely took a step back last season, especially in the playoffs where he was literally unplayable for the Golden State Warriors after just averaging like 18 on damn near 54-90 in the finals against the Celtics a year prior to win his first ever NBA ring. And last year he took a step back. I do expect him to be a really good player this league. Take a lot of shots. Him and Kuzma are going to be spamming shots all game. So if you guys want to take their overall point this year, like they're going to be spamming points. RJ Barrett is not better than Tyler Hero, respectfully. I'm gonna keep going back to this Tyler Hero thing just because I feel like he's become underrated now. RJ Barrett is not better. It's not a better player than him. Respectfully to RJ Barrett. Actually, disrespectfully to RJ Barrett. Walker Kessler, number 70, very underrated defender in this league. Really nice shot blocker. The fact that he is trying to develop a jump shot, and the fact that he is a pretty decent free throw shooter for a big. He also is pretty decent around the rim as well, but in terms of shot blocking, that's really his bread and butter. Shout out to Walker Kessler. Brook Lopez, I feel like he's pretty low. He finished second last year in DPOY. He stretched the floor. I feel like he damn near had like a almost career year, right? But he led the league in blocks. Yeah, he was really, really fucking good last season. I'm pretty surprised he's low. I mean, obviously he's older now, but like I said, I don't think they're projecting it to be this season. They're just saying it off last season. I don't know, but let me just speed past this. MPJ at number 68. Okay, I like MPJ. OG Anunoby. Okay. You're not gonna get anything out of me. Austin Reeves not better than Tyler Hero, number 66. Don't care. Miles Turner at 65. He just had a career season. I still don't know how he hasn't made an all-defensive team. I know he's led the league in blocks at least once. That doesn't make sense. Super underrated player. Rudy Gobert at number 64. Rudy Gobert last season was not better than Miles Turner. Don't care. Scotty Barnes 53. Maybe a smidge high. I'm not really as high as Scotty Barnes as a lot of people are, but you guys can. The fact that he was number 39 last year, like NBA, stop with the glazing. Holy Porzingis, way too low. Way too. As a Heat fan, way too low. This guy is a fringe all-star. Honestly, could have been an all-star last season, but he was playing with a terrible Wizards team. So 62 for Porzingis, way, and I mean way too low for Porzingis. Desmond Bane at number 61. I don't mind that. Jonathan Murray at number 60. Low, but he definitely did have a down season coming from the Spurs. Marcus Smart over the Jonathan Murray, no. I know Marcus Smart won a DPOY, but you're not. This wasn't the DPOY Smart this season that we saw. We won a DPOY. So Marcus Smart over the Jonathan Murray, fuck no. Jeremy Grant number 58, maybe a smidge high. Didn't have a really efficient season last season. Then he got a lot of money, which definitely was a head scratcher for a lot of people, including Blazers fans. Zion Williamson number 57 would be a lot higher for the guy to stay on the court and stay healthy. But unfortunately for him, he cannot stay healthy. And they just have to rank him at number 57 just because he really did not play. And he's only played, 30 games in his career one time. Yikes. Fred VanVleet had a very inefficient season last season, but still was a pretty good defender, good playmaker in this league. Guy paid a shit ton of money from the Rockets, so we'll see what he does this season. Draymond Green, number 55. I'll probably have him in the 50 range as well. Don't really hate that. Wiggins as well. Missed a lot of time last season because of off the court problems. Hopefully he can cover from that. 54 for Wiggins though, solid. Giddey at number 53. I really don't know where we'll rank Giddey. Maybe in this range. I'm not gonna hear anything out of me with that. Franz Wagner at 52. I like that. Aaron Gordon at number 51. Okay. I mean, he had a really nice playoffs. Improved defensively as well. As we know, he's a high flyer, so not gonna hear anything on me for Aaron Gordon. 50. I mean, 51. Let's get into a number 50 right here, and we have Jared Allen, who got bitched by Mitchell Robinson in the playoffs. Said the breaks were too light in the playoffs. Not ideal. DeAndre at number 49 had a really good regular season in the playoffs. He definitely took a step back. Was the bench for Jock Landale, so having him go up because of that, don't know how that makes any logical sense. ESPN on the ball way too low. He missed a lot of games, but I guess they're taking that into things. Wembanyama, the glazing has begun. He has not played a single minute in the NBA. He's already the top 47 player in the league. ESPN. The glazing has to stop, buddy. The glazing has to fucking stop. Wembanyama is the next future All-Star, future Hall of Famer. Can he play a game yet? Like, the pressure is insane. I'm not saying he will not amount to that, but the pressure is at an all-time high. Like, it's like Caleb Williams in the NFL. Like, the glazing has to stop eventually. Middleton at number 46, he would be a lot higher in my opinion. He's one of the best number 2 options. Now one of the best. He has to be the best number 3 option in the league. He came up with Porzingis. With the Milwaukee Bucks, obviously now getting Damian Lillard. He missed a lot of game last season, and I still think he is a really good player in this league. Definitely still an all-star caliber guy in this league. Chris Middleton, Julius Randle, number 45. Regular season merchant in playoffs. He's a playoff fraud. We know that. Let's move on. McCollum at number 44. Definitely feel like he took a step back last season. I don't know if I would have him this high. Probably not, to be honest. He played number 43. He fell 32 spots. I mean, he definitely did have a down season to his standards, literally in assists, but his playoff drop off once again. He had 2 really good games against the ball in the Celtics, and then he fizzled out. His scoring just isn't what it used to be, but his playmaking is still top tier. Shout out to James Harden. Maybe a smidge low. Having Tyrese Maxey over James Harden, if you told me that a couple years ago, I would have called you absolutely insane. But Tyrese Maxey did have a really efficient season last season, so I'm not gonna fight over Maxey over Harden. I mean, that's all right. Klay Thompson number 41, nah, he's too high. Right now, it can be Tyrese Maxey over Klay Thompson. Debate a wall. He was not efficient last season. He really, damn near solely was the reason why the Warriors lost that series to the Lakers, because he was just shooting tour dates. Like, let's be honest. Mobley at 40 finished first team All NBA. I mean, first team All Defensive, not All NBA. Fuck no. Respectfully to Evan Mobley. Fuck no. Mother was at 39. I feel like he's really underrated. I was gonna know how good he plays in regular season. The playoffs, he fizzles out. Unfortunately, exactly over DeMar DeRozan, I guess. I mean, not getting anything out of me for that. Let's see. Bradley Beal. I mean, I feel like he definitely had a disappointing season just because of how much money he made last season. Definitely the injury with his hamstring might be Swiss cheese. Now he's on the Suns and that trade. So I don't know how that trade went through, but I guess Adam Silver said, fuck it. Go make a super team. Shout out to Bradley Beal. Not that he was disappointing, but I feel like I expected more of Bradley Beal this season. But he obviously had Kuzma Porzingis to take shots away from him as well. Then he missed a good amount of time, and playmaking was pretty good though. People forget how good of a playmaker Bradley Beal is. Darius Garland number 36. Not an all-star this season, but still really like Darius Garland, 36 though. Okay, that's pretty fine. He jumped up 10 spots even though he didn't make the all-star team. Okay. John Morant 35. Blasphemous. John Morant is still a top 15 player in the NBA. Yes, he missed less than like 20 games maybe last season. John Morant is still a top 15 player in the NBA. John Morant is still an all-NBA guy, still an all-star. Would have had a supermax if he didn't flash his gun on Instagram Live, not once, but twice. Top 15, move on. That's blasphemous. I don't know who wrote this, but Tim McMahon, buddy, you do not know ball. Kyrie Irving way too low. Kyrie Irving missed a good amount of games last season. And then obviously came to the Mavericks and missed the playing with Luka Doncic, which is still blasphemous to me. Then they got Derek Lively out of that. So yeah, I don't know. Not my topic for discussion. Kyrie Irving is still, in my opinion, a top 25 player in this league. He was an all-star game starter last season, still an all-star, still an all-NBA talent type of guy. Having him at 34 is blasphemous, is disrespectful. No. He averaged 27 and 5.5 last year with a 61.3 true shooting percentage. And he dropped him in the rankings. He's at 34. He's a top 25, at least top 30 player in this league. That's disrespectful. You have Mikal Bridges, but a really good second half of the season over Kyrie Irving. ESPN, what happened to the game I love, realistically? Yes, he had a really good second half of the season. Yes, he's a really good player in this league. Yes, I do think he might be an all-star this season. Him over Kyrie Irving? I know his defensive versatility. I know his scoring. But we got to be better, ESPN. I love Kemba, which is one of my top players to watch in the NBA. I mean, he's just a fun player to watch, both end of the ball. Really good personality. We're watching him on JJ Redick podcast. He's a really good, easy guy to root for. I mean, over Kyrie Irving, like, we got to be better, man. We got to be fucking better. Jalen Brunson 32. As a Heat fan, this guy literally tormented us in the playoffs. Even though we did somehow beat them in that game 6. Yeah. 32. I did call him overpaid. Go ahead and neck myself. I did call him overpaid when he got the contract with the Knicks, but he's underpaid, and he is a really good guard, one of the best guards in the Eastern Conference, up there with one of the best guards in the Eastern Conference. Really good player. He should have been an all-star, Julius Randle, in my opinion. Don't care, but he's that guy. He's that guy. Triple J, number 31, after winning DPOY. He did miss a decent amount of time in the beginning of the season. Okay, I don't mind this. I mean, Triple J just won DPOY. He's one of the leading shot blockers in NBA. Really good defender. Pretty good three-point shooter. Definitely needs to improve in terms of finishing around the rim. But aside of that, really good player in this league. Paolo Banchero, I don't know how he's in top 30, to be honest. I don't know. I like Paolo. He's pretty good season. He averaged 20 last season. He cannot be number 30, though. Let's be honest. Like, you cannot put Paolo over Jalen Brunson. I'm not putting him over Mikal. I'm not putting him over Kyrie. I'm not putting him over Ja. Like, it's just not happening. Like, respectfully to Paolo, I don't have him number 30. Trae Young number 29. That might be disrespectful. Trae Young just averaged like, what, damn near like 30 and 10. What did he average last season? Like 28, 27 and 10. Now, efficiency wasn't all that from the field goal and 3-point percentage. That was the lowest, as it says, in his rookie season. So maybe it takes a step back, but 13 spots. I think he's one of those guys that people either love or hate. Not really in the middle about. Larry Markkinen. He was told me this a year ago. I would have called you absolutely insane, absolutely asinine. Larry Markkinen had a phenomenal season last season with All-Star Game starter, albeit because somebody that was supposed to be starting got injured and he was the injury replacement of the starting lineup. But Larry Markkinen had a phenomenal season. Averaged 25 points last year, rebounded the ball pretty well, and was one of the he won MIP. Really one of the most interesting, one of the most fun players to watch this season with the posters, attacking the rim, getting to the free throw line, being the leader for this Jazz team, going from Team Finland in the Olympics to translating that game into the NBA. I mean, when the hell does that even happen? Get straight in the Donovan Mitchell trade. People are like, okay, went from a Cavs role player to a #1 guy and an All-Star game starter one season with the Utah Jazz. Like, the biggest Larry Markkinen fan probably couldn't even think about that. So that's insane. Shout out to Larry Markkinen. Salute to him as well. His overseas work. Shout out to Larry Markkinen, man, for Finland. Brandon Ingram, number 27. Injured a lot last season. Still high on Brandon Ingram. All-star caliber guy. He had that toe injury and was out for like months. So, it's tough to rank him. Joe Holiday's Joe Holiday's not better than Kyrie Irving. Joe Holiday's a phenomenal defender in this league. Playoff drop-off. Was an all-star last season, which was a shocker to feel like everybody, probably including Joe Holiday. But without Middleton, he did his thing. He had like a 40-point game and was playing the ball pretty well. In the playoffs, took a step back, and he got benched by Jimmy Butler. He also just did not shoot the ball well in the playoffs whatsoever. He's a playoff dropper in terms of his offense. In terms of his defense, he's still that guy offensively. He's up there in age, 26 though. Too high in my opinion for Joe Holiday. Siakam, number 25. All-NBA caliber guy. Underrated guy because he's on the Raptors, and they haven't really been that good since Kawhi left, let's be honest. Yeah, 25 was cool though, I guess. Kawhi 24, he without a doubt was top 15, top 10 if he's really healthy. Didn't really play much last season, so I'm at 24. Not gonna go insane over that. Fox, number 23. Fox really good season last season. Did Fox make All-NBA last season? Yep, he was All-NBA third team. Okay, good. He was a first-time All-Star. He was All-NBA third team, and he led the Kings to the third seed last season in the conference, as they lost in 7 games to the at that point the defending champion Golden State Warriors. He did have a hidden injury, and pretty sure Sabonis was injured as well. So shout out to them for pushing 7 games with with their two best players fighting through injuries. Obviously, at the time of the year, people are fighting through injuries, so I'm not going to make excuse. Also won the Clutch Player of the Year award. He was definitely the most clutch player in the NBA when it was fourth quarter time. He was the De'Aaron Fox time, and that man was straight up cooking. Shout out to De'Aaron Fox. He also have his counterpart, Domantas Sabonis, at number 22. All-NBA third team as well for Domantas Sabonis, third-time All-Star. Really good playmaker in this league. Pretty good around the rim. Pretty solid mid-range shooter. Definitely want to see him expand his game to becoming a more consistent mid-range and three-point shooter overall as well. But overall, Domantas Sabonis is a pretty good player in this league. Shout out to him and the guy that he got traded for. Look at this Halliburton for Sabonis trade and Buddy Hield. Win-win trade. Win-win trade. Tyrese Halliburton, number 21. I like Tyrese Halliburton. First-time All-Star this season. One of the best playmakers in the NBA. Really good three-point shooter. Pretty underrated at attacking the rim, and has insane just court vision. His vision is through the roof. Shout out to Tyrese Halliburton. Have number 21. I can fuck with it. I can fuck with it. Cat at number 20. Probably too high just because he missed a lot of games last season. When he was playing, he was not a top 20 player in the league. Let's be honest. I feel like this is just an aggressive ranking just because it's Cat. It's a big name, kind of. Like, he was number 13, Cat's still a good player in this league, but he has to earn back to number 20. Let's be honest. JB at number 19. Don't forget, Jaylen Brown got outplayed by my guy Caleb Martin, ECF, and then he got the Supermax $300 million contract. He might have been injured, but that's definitely a smidge to get outplayed by Caleb Martin in the Eastern Conference Finals. That's not good. Mr. I can't go left. Mr. I can't dribble either. Signed the largest contract in the NBA history for $303.7 million. My God. That's insane. JB is still obviously a really good player in this league. 25 point per game score. I believe he was All-NBA second team last season. All-Star once again. Very, very, very good player in this league. PG at number 18. I feel like that's aggressive. That might be too high in my opinion. Paul George wasn't an All-Star last season. Was really injured. Not really given the benefit of doubt with his injury history. So might be too high in my opinion. Jamal Murray number 17. Maybe a smidge aggressive, but I also love how great he played in the playoffs. Playoffs mean a really good amount for rankings in my opinion, because when it really, really matters, Jamal Murray played his best basketball of his season when the playoffs came along. In the first round, second round, third round, the finals against my Heat, Jamal Murray was playing phenomenal basketball. I have to give him credit for that. Playmaking, dribble handoffs, two-man game with Jokic, three-point shooting, mid-range shooting. Very good player in this league. Number 17, maybe a smidge high for Jamal Murray, but in the round 20 range for Jamal Murray based off last season, especially in the playoffs. I'm not going to go and say it over it. I'll be honest. Bam Adebayo number 16. I'll be honest. As a Heat fan, I did not expect ESPN to give Bam Adebayo number 16. Bam Adebayo is one of my favorite players in the NBA. And I feel like he's one of the most hard guys to gauge in terms of outside effects. If you look at his stats, if you just look at stats, you're like 20, 10. Okay, but people don't realize how good of a defender he is. You don't know how good of a defender he is if you actually don't watch him. Bam Adebayo is not a guy that will blow you away in these stat departments for blocks, steals, stuff like that. He's versatile. He's a versatile defender. Versatility will absolutely just blow you away. One possession you can have him guarding Hallie. One possession you can see him guarding like a Cat or something like that. Like, he's versatile. I can actually trust him on just about every player in this league to defend. Improve his mid-range shooting. Hopefully he can improve his three-point shooting this season. He has some of the most like underrated blocks as well. That block in the playoffs against Giannis this season, not that block in the playoffs against Tatum to go to the ECF, to go to the finals in the bubble 2020. Like, he has clutch blocks in this league. It looks like against Giannis. He had a nice stop as well in the playoffs. He had a 20-point triple-double in Game 5 to win it against the Milwaukee Bucks in the first round of the 2023 NBA playoffs, and an absolute shocker. Average 20, average 9, with a second-time All-Star. Bam Adebayo's really underrated playing in this league. But what I have him top 16, I don't know if I have him this high. I would have him probably in the 25 range. 16 is pretty aggressive. I love Bam. That's pretty aggressive, though. Let's be honest. That's pretty aggressive. But hey, out to ESPN for some Bam Adebayo agenda. Love to see that. Cause I did just see in an article GMs wrote he wasn't even top 5 for DPOY candidates, or wasn't even one of the notable guys either. Like, he's easily a top 3 to 5 defender in the NBA. So to have him there, that's way too low in my opinion. But Bam, I'll have him in the 20-25 range. Have him at number 16. Good glaze ESPN. D Mitch at number 15. Love that. Dame number 14, way too low. Just averaged 32 points per game, and he's still the same ranking that he was last season. Way too low. Anthony Edwards is not better than Damian Lillard. I do not care. But big Ant-Man guy, but having him over Damian Lillard is absolutely asinine. Again, projecting him for the future, not projecting him for now. Me, Butler, I'll probably have him in the top 15 to 20 range. Number 12, a bit aggressive again as a Heat logical fan. Having him number 12, just based on the playoffs, cool. But regular, also taking regular season as well. He was not an all-star this season, but he was All-NBA. He saved his best for last, which is in the playoffs. I'll probably have him in the top 15 to top 20 range. Number 12 is a bit aggressive in my opinion, but yeah, he was really good in the playoffs, especially that Bucks series. Now we did take a step back in basically every other series outside of the Bucks series, especially that Nuggets series, which we don't want to talk about as Heat fans because he was playing piss poor. Now he might have been injured, but yeah, with that leg injury, he definitely didn't have his bounce. But 15 to 20 range for Jimmy Butler, I don't hate it. 12 though, bit aggressive, but W Glaze, ESPN. Devin Booker number 11, way too low. Devin Booker without a doubt was the top 10 player in this league. Have my number 11, disrespectful. Nope, disrespectful. Okay, let's get into number 10. Let's see who they have ranked over Devin Booker, because what I'm looking at right now, this is disgusting. So number 10, we have long time just locked into this Laker. Evan Davis number 10. Was number 20 last season. Obviously, AD is one of the best players in the NBA, fully healthy. The only really gripe on him is he cannot really stay healthy. But he can be one of the best players in the NBA, definitely a top 10 player in this league. At number 9, having LeBron. Okay. LeBron number 9. Had the mighty fallen from number 6 to number 9 now. I mean, he was really good last season. He obviously did have an injury last season. LeBron's still one of the best players in the NBA at like 38, 39, however old he is now at this point. Like, this man is absolutely insane at this point. They're 38 years old now, and he's still playing like in the prime of his career. Definitely need to see him improving that 3-point shot. We've been 27 games last season. Yeah, that's tough. SGA is not a top 10 player. I love SGA. Super fun guy to watch in terms of playmaking, rebounding, in terms of attacking the rim, in terms of mid-range shooting, get to the free throw line, underrated defender. He's not better than Devin Booker though. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander had a phenomenal season last season, but we gotta remember, he did not shoot well in the play-in. Let's be honest. Calling a spade, he did not shoot well in the play-in. Let's be honest. And I take that into fruition as well. I take that into consideration. I should say, is that better than D-Book? D-Book had a legendary playoff run this season. SGA went to the play-in. It wasn't on shit. D-Book over SGA. Case closed. KD number 7. He's in the 7-6 range for me. Tatum over KD. Y'all can fight on that one. I might take KD over Tatum, but Tatum is still a really good player in this league. I mean, they're both like right here and there. Like, y'all can fight with that. I'm not gonna fight over that. Curry number 5, maybe just smidge low. Curry still had a good season last season. Obviously, the Warriors weren't as good as they were a year prior, and then they lost in the second round to the Lakers this season, so maybe that's why they fell. Luka over Curry. I mean, Luka did miss the play-in, so I don't know. Luka missed the play-in with Curry, so I mean, Luka missed the play-in with Kyrie, so I don't know. Luka had a phenomenal season. I've been calling Luka to win MVP for the last 2 seasons. Maybe this is the season that he finally wins MVP. I mean, I don't know. I mean, finally. I mean, you would hope so, right? With Kyrie in that team, made some acquisitions this season. I mean, you would hope so, right? But Luka over Kyrie. I mean, again, very interchangeable guys like Tatum and KD, and being a number 3 after winning MVP. I mean, I'll probably have him at least in the top 5. Obviously, number 3 though. I guess you just won MVP. You actually have to give it to him, but then he also did it off in the playoffs because he cannot stay healthy as the playoffs come along once again. Jokic number 2. No, Jokic is the best player in the NBA. He just won MVP. He was the best player in the playoffs. He was the best player in the NBA this season, and just beat the team that this number 1 guy lost to. My team, the Miami Heat. He lost to them in 5 games, and you'd be like, yeah, Giannis was injured. Giannis put in like 30 in the last 2 games and shit himself when Bam Adebayo was clamping him up in the last couple of games in the 4th quarter, in particular in clutch time. Does clutch blocks, clutch stops, clutch rebounds on Bam Adebayo. I mean, on the group of Bam Adebayo. But don't worry, Giannis got the ball and just what's that shit called? Hot potato. He's like, oh no, I don't want to show clutch victims. Give the shit to Chris Middleton. I'm not that guy to do the clutch victims. I'm too scared of that. Jokic beat that team. Not only did he beat us, he beat us to 5 games and embarrassed us for the most part. I was like, I don't think Bam's gonna clamp Jokic, but maybe he can hold his own a little bit. Jokic was hitting some insane shit. He was putting his elbow in there. He was doing his stuff. There's other guys, let's be honest. I'm still one of the best players in the NBA, but based off last season, Jokic was the best player in the NBA. He did finish second MVP, Finals MVP. Well, I think I was Finals MVP. Won his first ever ring. How was Giannis still number 1 when Jokic did all of those things and Giannis lost in 5 games to the 7th seed or 8th seed Miami Heat? Like, that doesn't make sense to me, okay? So Giannis is number 2. Jokic is number 1. Then 3 to 10, y'all can fight. D Book is in my top 10. Like I said about the Heat, Jimmy probably having a 15-20 range. Bam, 20 to 25 range. I appreciate the aggressive rankings, but good glaze though, good glaze. But that is my reaction to the terrible, and I mean terrible, ESPN rankings. It's never going to be good, let's be honest. It just can't get anything right at this point. I mean, Derek White left off the top 100. How many guys else left off the top 100 as well that should have been in here? That just came up to my mind just because I feel like he's pretty underrated playing this league. Even as a Heat fan, I can appreciate a good play like Derek White. There's another couple of guys as well that just aren't on here that probably should be on here. I mean, not everybody can get on these lists, but Jesus Christ, ESPN, like, we got to be better, man. We got to be better, but yeah. That's my reaction to the 2023 ESPN top 100 NBA player rankings, and yeah, another troll from ESPN, man. Another year, another troll. But other than that, yo, that is everything. So go down below, drop a like, comment down below, so above. Make sure to follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and to the boy. Don't forget to watch the video, and I'm out, man. Peace.